Ladies and gentlemen, it's your world's favorite reactor, lcyaheard. I'm sitting here and I'm kind of just recollecting the NCT 1272 Baddies album review that we did last week. We had to post that in Patreon. We usually do that with album reviews for anyone who's new or anyone who's been around a while. You guys know. That way it doesn't get blocked. And then from there, we've been clipping individual songs and posted it on YouTube. So on YouTube, you'll eventually get each and every song individually released. You'll kind of miss the commentary in between a little bit. But most importantly, that's why you should follow us on Twitch, because that's how you get the freebies, baby. We are live on Twitch. So I wanted to kind of share, how I listen to music outside of just sitting down in this reaction setup, which is typically, headphones, having to pause, normally it's with Action Fredo, my guy, and sometimes by myself. But just wanted to give you a little bit of behind the scenes of, what I'm actually doing in my day-to-day life when I'm listening, to K-pop or music in general, but specifically to the two Baddies album. So there were a lot of personal skips for me in the album. Not to say that they were bad songs. Traditionally, this is just not my style of music. What I think I was caught up on is this is the first album that I've listened to K-pop wise in a while. We were doing albums and songs and requests back to back to back to back starting in 2020 all the way up for about, almost 2 years strong. And I completely quit listening to K-pop these last couple of months just to kind of take a break, honestly. I listen to many different genres of music. I'm constantly searching for new music, but mainly I'm a guy that listens to instrumental music because I write music as well. So I kind of felt like K-pop had a huge influence in my writing style and just, wanted to just take a break. But to jump back in to the two Baddies, I think what I was expecting was an album that had a little bit better flow, forgetting that traditionally this group and SM Entertainment specifically goes a little bit about the flow differently. And what I mean by that is like number one, Faster off of Two Baddies, which is an excellent song. I love the beat. It gripped me.
Just make me want to make this face right here.
Just thinking about it makes me make the stank face. But let's just say that's number one on the album. Traditionally what I look for in albums is, I want to put on an album that's going to match that mood the entire time. And I'm just speaking on like what my favorite type of albums and music are. So like once you get me in a mood, I like to stay there. That way, whatever I'm doing, I can put on task oriented music. So if I'm going to the weight room, I know, I can put on the Two Baddies CD. I'm going to get all, this is just me retrospectively speaking, I'm going to get all hypes, turn up songs I can live to. That's not what this album was. It was a lot of display of their talent in different genres, and I, just being removed from this group for a while, forgot about that. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the main group that got me reacting, period, was NCT. It was actually NCTU, but 127 specifically, it was always been one of my favorite groups. Just the combinations of the guys, and I just kind of forgot how multi-talented they are.
Yeah.
But like if this was a game of football, it's like you're coming out versus your opponent. You got to have different game strategies. We're only going to run 3 or 4 plays on offense. We're going to run them perfect. But tonight, this is one of those nights where it's like we're letting all our star players shine. Like everybody who's popping up on this mug displaying their individual talent. So me being me and being excited, when you start off with Faster, going into Two Baddies, going into Time Lapse, going into Crash Landing, like I'm turned up. But there was a couple of songs that I actually skipped in the first album review that since I had some chance to like really listen to the album, like keep it on while I'm cleaning my wife's car and just let it run, I respect those songs so much more, because what it does is it makes me just have to train my brain to switch moods or switch vibes just out of appreciation. So for example, I'm out there vacuuming the car out, and then Designer comes on, and this is one that was like reminding me of like some 2000 early, Lil Bow Wow type hip hop. Nothing against that era, but like that's just not what I listen to anymore. But I finally was like, let me just let this mug play all the way through. Like, I don't want to stop and, double tap my AirPods to skip it. And I'm like, okay, this is a decent track. And then Gold Dust, another one that I skipped on. And I kind of was just like, okay, not my vibe, but a beautiful song. Like, I don't even have the lyrics in front of me. It just gets me in this type of feeling like, oh my goodness. But the most slept on song that I said was a skip was Playback. I don't know what it is. I think it's the instrumental for me. All of a sudden, Playback is the one that I'm like, ooh, that's what's in my head, that hook, that playback, yeah. I'm like, okay, so that's the sleeper off the track. But yeah, I want to give this album just a little bit more appreciation. I know I'm rambling right now, but I'm kind of just have it pulled up in front of me. I just got done listening to it, maybe my third time through. The other time was just in the car. And when I'm in the car listening, that's different. You know what I'm saying? So, not gonna lie, the best part of this whole entire album is this freaking eagle, man. As soon as I hear that, I'm turned up. Woo! Typically driving to football practice because I'm a football coach. Generally, I like to stay turned up. So that's when I would put on Faster, Two Baddies, Time Lapse, Crack, you know what I'm saying? Tasty, which is a banger that I feel like I kind of slept on as well, but I kind of just pushed that one off on like, that's a DJ Tezzy type song, which means I want to hear it played loud in one of our mixes. But that's another great song as well. But yeah, I just want to give it more appreciation because individually, like each one of these songs are masterpieces, man. But like, I'm still going to stick to, my listening style, which is more of a flow guy. And for me, what makes this album better is being able to take my favorites off of it and mesh it with other NCT songs or BTS songs that, have a similar type vibe. And that's just kind of where I've been at. So my top 3 tracks of the album, number 1 for me is still Time Lapse. Time Lapse, I think, was that instrumental, man. Them joints with the Kenzie combination on top of, the engineering is absolutely amazing. Oh my
Do Young and Taeil
bruh.
just
Them joints and Kenzie have done it again, bro. This might even go down as like one of my top 10 all-time favorite songs. Not like a top 10 Fredo, which he just forgot to put the 0 on there. I'm talking a top 10 for me personally. Like, I have been playing the crap out of Time Lapse. Crash Landing. Crash Landing is probably number 3 for me, with Black Clouds being number 2 for me. Hey,
this is your style of music.
yeah, this is
love.
it for me. See, I love Black Clouds. I have been playing the crap out of that. Like, when I get in the car, if I'm not doing a full listen through, I'm literally putting on Time Lapse, letting it run to Black Clouds because that's the following song, but then going straight to Black Clouds, and I'll start Black Clouds over. And I haven't even taken the time to sit back down and go through the lyrics again, because sometimes I just want to like go off of how it makes me feel. Like, I'll just listen to the sounds of their voice. I'll just listen to, the dialect, the tones, the keys, the melodies and all that. And I'll kind of interpret my own song, if that makes sense. I don't know if anyone else out there does that, but I've been doing that with Black Clouds. Like, it just puts me in this mood, like one of my all-time favorite music moods. Like, it just strikes my soul musically. And I just say that that's number 2 just because I love the beat on Time Lapse so much. Like, that instrumental is like what I seek. And I've been writing a lot of songs to actual instrumentals rather than beats, which means like these are people who are just putting out instrumentals as a song. And man, so those are my top 3. I think my most slept on is Playback. So let me know your top 3. Let me know what you think about this album. Like I said, I'm kind of rambling, but that's just how I am. For those who are new, those who have been here, you're like, oh yeah, LC just be talking. But literally, just wanted to give this album more credit, and definitely recommend it to any listener out there who hasn't heard it yet. Maybe you're, into other groups, but I always encourage, try other groups. So NCT 2 Baddies recap. It's your boy LC, you heard. Till next time. Peace.